Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Dion back with a daily Fanduel lineup building video for today, February 2nd. I had a pretty decent day today, man. We're gonna actually go look at my lineup, see who I had. So basically, I had John Wall, Norris Cole, Middleton, DeRozan. Let me minimize that. Well, mute that. Crap. I was on the actual page, but yeah. Let me go back to my Twitter. Yeah, Middleton, DeRozan, KD, Jeff Green, Willie Cauley-Stein, Turner, and Jordan Hill. Pretty good lineup, man. Even though there were some big flops. We got a flop from Willie Cauley-Stein. KD didn't even touch 40. DeRozan missed value, but he didn't flop too bad. I think he had 36, 37, so wasn't a horrible flop. Middleton flopped. John Wall flopped. So I got guys like Norris Cole that picked it up, Jeff Green, Miles Turner, and Jordan Hill. So they kind of carried my lineup. Only got 286, but cash. So can't really be too mad at that. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna go take a look to see if anybody here is here in the chat. Got about 4 viewers. So I guess we can jump right into it, man. We're gonna start out at point guard, Kyle Lowry versus Phoenix. I'm pretty sure he disappointed for a lot of people today. It was a lot of disappointment today. It's crazy because I thought today was gonna be the day where all the studs go off and it's just gonna be too hard to find value. And it kind of seemed like the opposite. Like all the mid-tier, the lower price dudes went off, and the studs, with the exception of maybe like freaking with the exception of I guess Gordon Hayward, if you consider him a stud at that price, and Russell Westbrook going off. So with that being said, man, I do like Kyle Lowry today. I think he's a solid option versus Phoenix. Let's go take a look at the over-under to start this off. 200 over-under, 9-point spread in favor of Toronto. And I do think this will be a bounce-back game for Kyle Lowry, man. There's no way he's going to duplicate that two games in a row. And the matchup's just too great for him today, man. I think his usage has been pretty solid. Let's go take a look at it, actually. I'm going to go to NBA stats. So for those of you guys that ask, how do I go to look at the usage? You're going to basically see me do it right now. So I will go to sortable player stats. Then we want to go to usage. And then we pretty much want to just go filter it out. So we go to this, click on this little, whatever, this little tool, whatever that is. But yeah, we go to that. Then you go down, filter it out. So for me, I like to do within the last week. So from February 2nd to, okay, we go to January 26th. So that's within the last week. So we'll run it now, see what we get the usage at from these guys. So Kyle Lowry usage has dropped a little bit within the last 4 games, 24.3. I mean, you kind of want to be up a little bit, but I think he has a great matchup today. So I think with that being said, like he probably has the best matchup on the board. I think DeRozan has a solid one as well, but this might be a game where freaking DeRozan gets it back. And let's go take a look at where Phoenix ranks versus point guards. So they are the second worst team against point guards this year. So as far as DVP goes, so I definitely like a lot of freaking Kyle Lowry today. So we'll actually go take a look at Phoenix defenders, see how much points they're giving up per 100 possessions. So let's go take a look at it now. Let's go see who is the worst defender on this team, and it will actually be Devin Booker. So we might get some DeRozan love again, and he's kind of undersized. So this might actually be another DeRozan day, and you can fade Lowry, but I just think the matchup's too good, so they'll probably feast. And it'll probably be a blowout, actually. So that does kind of scare me a little bit, but I think even in blowouts, Lowry and DeRozan play 35 minutes on the season, so I'm not really too scared of him there. So Kyle Lowry at 9K, still a nice matchup for him. And if he sees 35 minutes a day versus Phoenix, he should get you no less than 40. So I like him for the floor alone. The next we got Damian Lillard versus Milwaukee, man. Milwaukee on the second game of a back-to-back. Let's go take a look at the over-under this game. 12-4 over-under, 7.5-point spread in favor of Portland. I'm not quite sure I agree with that, but I guess, I mean, just in the sense that I feel like you take Lillard out the game, I don't think they beat Milwaukee, and I think that's pretty much going to happen. Let's go see where Milwaukee ranks in DVP versus point guards. Okay. Let's scroll up. So they are basically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're the eighth best team against point guards. Now let's go see how Michael Carter Williams fares on defense. Let's see. So Michael Carter Williams, he's still, I guess, so he has had a little bit of his struggles, but 108.1 per 100 possessions. So that's not hard. That's not great at all. So I want to take a look at how many points per 100 possessions Lillard is actually scoring. See if we can kind of get a gauge on that. And Lillard is actually scoring about 110.9. So I mean, I guess that's a good play, but guess you're gonna need a lot of other peripherals like assists, rebounds, steals, and that stuff. So I guess he can make for a good matchup here. But let me see something real quick. I just want to show you guys the actual defensive efficiency rating. So I guess that's probably why Vegas likes Portland here, just because the Bucks have been pretty bad on defense. They just lost to a Kings team that had no DeMarcus Cousins. So I guess maybe Lillard can go off. But let's see, fourth worst defensive efficiency team, and they're pretty much tied with Houston. So you could probably just say the third. So they're a bottom 3 team in defensive efficiency. So I guess Lillard's a great play. Let's go take a look at usage within the last week. 28.3, man. And as I'm doing this, man, definitely let me know what you guys are feeling about the plays that I'm going over, man. Feel free to leave some feedback and whatnot. So 28.3 is looking pretty decent, and he'll probably play at least 38 minutes in this game if it stays close. So let's see what he played last time out. 32. I think he kind of tweaked his ankle in that game too. So he got into foul trouble in the third quarter. So he might have missed out on an extra 4 minutes. So who knows? But I'm gonna take a look at the chat real quick. Yeah, Suns can't guard point guards. I rushed at the last minute and put your cash lineup in the GPP rather than the 5-time cash game. Shaking my hand. Can you explain contrarian, how to set up a contrarian lineup? Okay, you can stack both Lowry and DeRozan. Mike Carter Williams is on fire tonight. Yeah, I understand what high floor is, but man, there's a front. Okay. What floor? Well, I'm gonna start off with the first question, man. Can you explain contrarian, how to set up a contrarian lineup? Well, the thing with contrarian is you want to go against the grain. So like, all right, like today, everybody was high on Kevin Durant. He was 58% owned, I think, and he probably would have been higher owned if his price wasn't like 10.7 or something like that. So say in that situation he had a good matchup versus Washington, but his price was just too steep. So I mean, a lot of people you know he's going to be super high on, and you want to look for somebody that has a great matchup that's going to be lower owned, and most people probably won't tend to go towards his way. Like trying to think about it right now, and you want to get a guy, and what I like to do too is buy low. So like say Darren Williams has been flopping. He flopped for maybe 3-4 straight games before that last Phoenix game, and he just put up 35, 36 or something like that. So I'm pretty sure he was low owned in that matchup, and it's mainly because what he's been doing before that. So I mean, contrarian, you just want to go against what everybody else is liking, and you don't want to be stupid when being contrarian. So you don't want to just always play a guy in a horrible matchup. You want to at least feel like the matchup is decent, but a lot of people aren't high on him. So kind of want to guess the percentages. Like let me see. Like say Boston. Let's just say the New York Knicks are the worst team in the NBA. They give up a freaking million points per game. A lot of people will be like, okay, maybe I want to start Isaiah Thomas, and they suck versus point guards. I want to start Isaiah Thomas. But then again, you have Marcus Smart coming off the bench, and he's going to see a lot of blowout minutes. So he'll probably be low owned in tournaments for that simple fact alone. So that's kind of being contrarian in a sense. So let me see your second question again. Understand what high floor mean. Understand what high floor mean, but is there a formula to determine a player's floor? Well, I mean, you just go off his production. That's how I determine it, man. Production, and especially in good matchups. So you can basically see on average Damian Lillard's putting up 39.3 Fanduel points per game. So I guess you can say that's kind of his floor, and he's shown you enough of his ceiling. So I mean, 30. I don't really expect that. That was a blowout. These are games that happen like once in a blue moon. So this game versus Philly, they got blown out, and then the next game they blew out Washington where he didn't have to do anything. So I'm not really too. You also got to pay attention to games to see how things are going. Um, Atlanta, I see now this is something what I can expect from Lillard, like 30, 33 maybe. That's what I can see him like doing in a bad matchup. So, and this wasn't a great matchup for him against Atlanta. Then you see what he does in a good matchup versus the Lakers. So you got to kind of gauge how the game script is going, who has the favorable matchup. So, I mean, in the favorable matchup, I think Lillard floor is like 40, man. You're not gonna really see him disappoint. Like in a good matchup here, he didn't hit value, but 38.5. That's pretty safe. So, what you need from him at this price is what 42, 43. So, I mean, you got 38. You barely missed out on value, and I'm pretty sure he didn't kill a lineup. So, that's how I guess you can kind of determine the floor. But I guess it's kind of all subjective because somebody might say the floor is what his lowest output has been. So I mean, and I just go based off of what he's done in good matchups. So his the lowest he's getting in good matchups. So that's kind of how I gauge the floor. Um, Let me see if there's anything else. Lillard did tweak his ankle and he was in foul trouble. Yeah, so I'm not really taking that game too much consideration. See what he still played 30. He got 32 minutes and still got you 37.8. So that's pretty solid. So right here, man, he gets MCW. Nice over under, man. 7 point spread in favor of Portland. 7.5 point spread in favor of Portland. I mean, if somebody's gonna do the score, man, I think a lot of it comes from Lillard. But there will be some other guys in this game that I like. So at 8,800, not a bad play at all. He'll probably be 50% owned in cash, maybe. So next we got IT2 versus the Knicks. Now this is the matchup I actually like for IT2, man. He's been flopping for me the last few times I played him. I played him in I played him in this Orlando game. Then he came back and missed value again. So I think this is one of the times where a lot of people like won't be on him. So this kind of be contrarian. So I probably wouldn't rush him in cash, but this is the perfect chance to be contrarian. 7,800 on a guy who's been his game log has been looking shaky. So a lot of people probably won't be on him, even though it's a 5 game slate. I mean, 25%. That's not that high owned if you think about it on a 5 game slate. So the guy you getting him at this price in a solid matchup, I guess, going against Jose Calderon, who I think is expected to be back. So I think they say K2 practice money say he's optimistic about return Tuesday. So he'll probably start. So we won't really get that Langston Galloway defense. So let's take a look at the over under for this game. 207, 206 over under, 2 point spread in favor of Boston. This game should definitely be up in pace. I think when you look at it on paper, what matchup I like the most? Not really a big fan of Avery Bradley on Flalo, Jay Crowder on Melo. Uh, kind of wash that out, and you kind of wash this out. So the key matchup I'm looking for Boston likely be IT2 against Langston Galloway. And if he gets 34, 35 minutes in this game, I think he definitely can go also. Let's go take a look at usage for him. Within the last week, he has a 28.2 usage rate, and that's about the same as that's actually higher than Lowry's. And I think, was it higher than Lillard? I'm not quite sure. Let me go take a look at it. So that's how you can kind of gauge being contrarian, man. The guys had similar usage, might not be a better matchup for the person, so to speak. So he'll probably be low owned. So okay, I was gonna look at Lillard's. So Lillard had 28.3, so basically similar, man. So God is given a similar freaking usage rate. Lillard might have a little bit of a better matchup, but that's how I can determine being contrarian when you go IT2 in this kind of matchup. So I like him a little bit. 7,800 versus Calderon and the Knicks. I think Rubio. We can move on. He's getting the worst point guard defense in the NBA. One of the worst actually. So let's go take a look at DVP. Lakers are actually the worst team against point guards in the NBA. You got a team. You got Ricky Rubio coming in who doesn't even need this. Look at this. He doesn't even need 30 minutes to hit value. Played 29, got you 39.3. He played against Memphis 29 minutes, got you 45.2. So this guy's been producing, and he's not even playing. He's barely playing over 30 minutes. Uh, and he's at 6,800, man. I think he'll be pretty high on today. I'm leaning towards 35 to 40% from Rubio, even in cash. And the only thing I don't like, his usage isn't the best. Let's go take a look at it real quick. It might have jumped up after that last game, but his usage hasn't been that good lately. Let's see. So Ricky Rubio, 12.8 usage rate in the last 3 games. That is horrible. When did they last play? Was it the 31st? Let me see. I think it was the 31st because he played 29 minutes yet, and he had a 13.5 usage rate in that game. So he's not a guy that's dominating the ball. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I always like him in tournaments as opposed to cash, just because I know he can flop in these kind of matchups. But I love him for tournaments, man. Let me go take a look at the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Look, I think Middleton for a bounce back game would be a good option, or McCollum because Lillard not 100%. That's definitely possible, but we'll see, man. I'm gonna get to shooting guards in just a little bit. MCW versus Lillard, man. Another good matchup. These point guards are looking pretty solid, man. It's gonna be tough to choose one today. I can tell already. 6,200. Let me see how many minutes he just played today. 34. So, I don't know if we can trust his minutes. They're all over the place, but he has a great matchup. I don't want to get killed by the Jason Kidd, man. Substitution regime. This guy just throws minutes all over the place. I don't even think Middleton played as much as he usually does. So, we're actually going to take a look at the usage rate for MCW in the last week. Okay, that's the last game. Let me change this. Okay. Michael Carter Williams, 17.4 usage rate. I mean, at that price, it's not horrible, but what should be a little bit better? Let's see where Portland ranks against point guards. So, bottom 5 team versus point guards, and then you get Michael Carter Williams after a dominant game. Can he keep up this production? Who knows? But he's just merely a tournament option for me because you never know with Jason Kidd what the minute situation is going to be like. So I'm not even going to go out there and just play him because of the matchup. But it's tough. It's tough to play him, man, when his minutes are so inconsistent. Let's take a look at the over-under again. Okay, it was a 204.5 over-under, 7.5 point spread in favor of Portland. Okay, not bad. Marcus Smart versus New York. Now this is a game where I think it stays close, and Marcus Smart won't get all those. He won't really go off against the bench, but he's still a tournament option. 5,700 is just a little bit too much for me. I don't know if I can really trust him here. He's always a tournament option just because you've seen the upside. He's getting consistent 28 minutes even in close games. So let's take a look at his usage real quick. Wrong tab. See, within the last week he has a 18.5 usage rate in the last 3 games. So I guess that's pretty solid for his price tag. But definitely want a little bit more money. I definitely want a little bit more minutes from him at 5,700 to really trust him, man, when everybody's healthy on that team. So I don't know if I can really bank on this guy getting 26 actual points, man, or even 15 actual points in this game. But Knicks are a pretty solid defense, man. Let's go see where they rank in efficiency. Okay. So the efficiency isn't the greatest as I thought it'd be, but I guess it's the pace. Let's see where they rank in pace. Okay, so this might be a game. This might be a game where I can see it actually happen, but I wouldn't trust it for Smart. Just too much risk, man, at that price tag. He's not that cheap as I would like him to really trust him in the tournament. And this game is projected to stay really close, 2.5 point spread in favor of Boston. So this could be one of those games where the usage just drops like dramatically because it's gonna be a tough game, man, in the Garden as well. So we can kind of move on. I'm gonna just fade Clarkson. I think everybody's healthy, so Lou Williams is good. Kobe just went off. I mean, maybe if Kobe's out, you can give he's worth a look, but I'll probably fade him. Dragic versus Houston, 54. Not a big fan, man. I got to see a little bit more from him after the injury to really trust him. Pat Beverly, he's been balling lately. He's consistently hitting value, but I feel like this might be a trap game for him. I mean, it's in Houston, so they could possibly take advantage. But damn, I just now noticed it's Miami versus Houston. D Wade is about to feast. Um, Pat Beverly, 4,800. He's been hitting value, man. I can't really doubt him because I played Norris Cole today in cash. Didn't have the greatest matchup, but I just knew that at 4,700 he wouldn't kill my lineup and he'll likely get over 20. So this could be another situation with Beverly where he's just consistently getting you 20 and 30 plus minutes. So he might not have the greatest matchup or high usage at all, but he's just getting that value, man. I guess he's feeding a little bit off of Harden, and he's a guy that's up there in steals, feisty guy, a whole scrap for rebounds and all that stuff. So, and occasionally knock down the open three. So, not a bad play at all. And after that, I think it's pretty much done for me at point guard. I'm gonna take a look at the chat after I look at Corey Joseph and see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Corey Joseph versus Phoenix, he might be pretty sneaky today. I think in this game, especially if it turns out to be a blowout, he can go off. And I like him in tournaments a lot. Probably have to throw him out in one man if he's getting 28 minutes against Phoenix. So fast paced game. Let's go take a look at the over under again. 9.5 spread in favor of Toronto. So if this ends up being a blowout, Corey Joseph is gonna eat. I already know. So let me take a look at the chat. Beverly, Marcus Smart. Yeah, I just talked about those two guys, but Goodwin. I don't really like him, man. The production is just dropping way off. Let's take a look at him. I think the Menace did too. Okay, he played 30. What? This guy played 36 and only had 6.8 Fanduel points. Oh man. Oh man. God damn, but I think isn't Brandon Knight supposed to come back? They said they expected him to come back after the road trip. Okay, so they might there's no news yet on that. Okay, I'm kind of read this inside like in my head, so don't I'm not lagging or freaking glitching out when if you hear this pause like it's gonna be a long pause. Okay. So I mean, yeah, I'm reading right here, and it said the earliest he could possibly be back is Tuesday, February 2nd. So we'll have to definitely take a look at that news before I can decide on playing Archie Goodwin. But right now it's looking like a no. So I'll take a look at the chat one more time. See, okay, night equal no cash. Yeah, I'm not saying to play night, but I'm just saying I'll have to see if Knight's playing to know if Archie Goodwin's in play. Okay. Russell, Los Angeles Lakers. Usage, what's a good percentage? It all depends on the price. If you're paying for a 9K guy, you at least want something like 25. If you're playing for like a 5 point, like Marcus Smart, you want something around his like 18, something like that around there. Uh, I mean, it's all. I mean, I don't have an actual scale to determine, but that's just kind of how I look at it. So I can't really tell you what's the actual perfect usage. But like D Wade, this dude has like a 30 usage rate, and he's only 7.9. So that's great, and I want that. I want a 30% usage rate from 9K players. So and these 10K players. So I mean, that's just telling you a lot right there. So uh. And oh yeah, I said I was done with point guards. So speaking of shooting guard, let's get to shooting guards. Um, James Harden, 10.9. I can't pay this price for him against Wade, but this could be the situation where you can be contrarian. It might not be the worst situation because I've seen Middleton light up D Wade before, and the Bucks blow the Heat out. But one of these situations, there's no way I'm playing Harden in cash games. Especially when you got DeRozan and Dwayne Wade right under him. So let's go take a look at the over under that game actually. 204 over under 5.4.5 point spread in favor of Houston. Ooh, I don't know if I believe that, but I don't know, man. James Harden just too much, man. He's basically 11K. I want 55 out of him. I'm just not gonna ask for that against the Heat, one of the slowest paced teams in NBA. Let's go see where they rank in pace. So they're the second worst team, and then they have a pretty decent defensive efficiency. Let's see where they rank. Okay. So they're the fifth best team in defensive efficiency. Now let's go take a look at DVP. For shooting guard. So they're the second best team against shooting guards. So this would be one of those situations where there's no way I'm touching James Harden today. And next we got DeMar DeRozan. We talked about the over under that game. I think it was 207 and point spread in favor of Phoenix. In favor of Toronto. Yep, 200 over under. So DeMar DeRozan, great matchup. Let's go take a look at how bad these defenders are for Phoenix. Let's see. Okay. Devin Booker, who should be assigned to DeMar DeRozan tomorrow. Was it that? I'm blind. Okay. Yeah, so we got DeMar DeRozan here. James Johnson's out. Oh my God. We might be able to unleash Terrence Ross tomorrow. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan versus Devin Booker. That's just looking like too good of a matchup. And I'll be worried to see if they put PJ Tucker on DeRozan and put Booker on Terrence Ross tomorrow because I'm pretty sure Terrence Ross will start at the 3 tomorrow, so we'll see. But until that news comes out, DeMar DeRozan versus Booker is a great matchup. Let's take a look at DeRozan's usage. 31.0. So guy in a great matchup now. This is somebody who I love for cash. He kind of disappointed today. I didn't expect him to get blown out by Denver, but okay. He got 28 minutes, so he's not super tired, man. It is a nice little road trip for them. What is this? Okay, this is only the second game of the road trip, but he only had 33. I thought he had like 36 or something, 37. But 8,200, man, that's still great. I mean, I'm not too disappointed in that price tag. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain, this will be a bounce back game for Lowry and DeRozan. You can even, I think you can even stack those two guys in cash games, they'll be pretty safe. And 8,200 for a guy with a 30 usage rate against one of the worst teams against shooting guards. We looked at the individual defense. Let's see where the Suns rank. So they are the fourth worst team against shooting guards. So definitely loving some DeRozan tomorrow, even at 8,200 in the disappointing game. Now next we have Wade versus James Harden. Need I say more, man? This game might be up a little bit in pace. Let's go see where Houston, because I mean Houston's a home team, so I guess you can kind of expect them to dictate the pace, and they play small ball. So 99.4 possessions per 48 minutes. So I mean they're up there in pace in their home. So I guess you can kind of expect them to dictate the pace, and they play small ball. So that might force. Well, I guess you could put Mario on Ariza. So this will probably be the matchup of Mario on Ariza, and they might actually be able to run a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Heat do that. So what was I actually gonna say, man? I just lost my train of thought. So I'm gonna go take a look at the chat real quick. What's the minimum and max minutes to add players to your cash and GPP lineup? Most of the time, I'm really not gonna play anybody under 30 minutes in my cash game unless you're minimum price. Like, if you're not at least 3,600, at least you gotta at least be 3,700, man, or lower for me to play you under 30 minutes in my cash game lineup. And I guess that's a guy like Stoudemire or whatever, because he's been hitting value in 26 minutes, and now he's 4,200. So I probably won't fade him. I mean, I probably won't play him. I'm not gonna expect games like this in 21 minutes, so I can't trust that in my cash. I've seen that set up a lot of times, man. I've seen people play Josh Smith in this game right here. Which game was it? I think it was this OKC game where you only got 15 minutes. So He's been consistently playing 20 before that, and I just don't want to fall for the trap with Josh Smith. So, and I think that could be the situation with a guy like Stoudemire. But I'm just saying, for cash, I really wouldn't trust nobody on at least that's not 3,700 or lower, up under like 30 minutes. So, uh, yeah. So we can get back to Wade versus James Harden. Just look at this matchup individually on paper. What stands out the most? Of course, we don't like Dragic on Beverly, Stoudemire with Dwight, Bosh with Ariza. I kind of like this matchup. Um, and then it just comes down Dwayne Wade, 30.2 usage rate. Let's go see what the Rockets rank in DVP versus shooting guards. So they are a bottom 10 team, and Wade is pretty much dominating lately. Now, let's go take a look at his game log 44, 50, 47, 36. So hasn't gotten you less than what? You can round this off to 37. Haven't gotten you less than 37 in the past 4 games. And he did this in 29 minutes. So imagine what he'll do with 32 against James Harden on the road, where he'll probably have to take over a little bit. Uh, Rockets, one of the worst defensive efficiency teams as well. So let's go see where they rank. Third worst team. So, I mean, somebody's going to put up buckets from this team. I think D Wade's going to be the guy to do it. So, I like him a lot. 7,900, probably lock him into my cash games. I think he's a solid play. So we can kind of move on from there. Chris Middleton versus CJ McCollum. If I'm not, there's a lot of good plays at point guard and shooting guard today. Let's see what Portland ranks against shooting guards. So they gotten better over the stretch because I remember they were one of the worst, and now I guess they're middle of the pack. Yeah, they're about middle of the pack now. So I mean, Portland, I think it's still in play for McCollum. To play guys against McCollum. Let's go take a look at his individual defense now. McCollum, one of the worst defenders. He's right there at 109 per 100 possessions, and it's not good at all. And then let's go take a look at Chris Middleton points per 100 possessions. Keep clicking the wrong tab. What the hell? Okay, let's see where he ranks. So Middleton putting up about 111, man, and this is looking like a bounce back game from. I mean, I'm not too scared about his game last night, man. I think he definitely bounces back. But I don't know if I'll roster him in cash when you have DeRozan and Wade. But I'm definitely liking Middleton a lot. But let's go take a look at something. Let's go see his usage rate. That's what I want to see in the last week or so. So it's about 24.8. That's still pretty solid for his price. But then you got these guys that like Wade. Wade is probably a lock in cash. So it all comes down to a guy with a 30 at 8,200 or a guy with 24 or 25 at 7,300. Now let's go take a look at something. Maybe you can probably give the edge a little bit to Milwaukee because I think this spread is lying, man. I think Milwaukee keeps this a lot closer, and there's a huge possibility that Toronto blows out Phoenix. So I think that's more likely than this spread actually happening. I think Milwaukee actually has a good chance to win this game. So it's all up to you guys, but I'm probably leaning towards Wade and DeRozan just to play it super safe. But Middleton, I definitely love him in tournaments. He had an off night tonight, so I know he'll go low on tomorrow. That's how DFS is, man. That somebody kills your lineup once, and then people never want to play him again for some reason. So I'm a guy that likes to buy low and get guys in good matchups. So let's go see what the chat's talking about. Hard not to fade Harden for me. And what would be a good usage rate for sub 5K players? Man, usage rate, anybody under 5K, man, you really don't even need a crazy usage rate. As long as they're in a great matchup, it has to be a great matchup for me. So I wouldn't really stress usage rate too much for a guy under 5K, just because. I mean, they're under 5K for a reason, and it really just depends on the matchup for me. So I don't really stress usage rate for guys under 5K. But if they do have a high usage rate and they're under 5K, that's always great. So that's how I look at it. I think there was something else I want to see. Booker has been solid. Yeah, Booker definitely has been. So That guy's been a freaking super safe cash game play, putting up 25 every game. We got McCollum. Let's go take a look at his usage rate. When I take a look, he's a scoring dependent guy. He doesn't do much besides scoring because you got Lillard racking up all the assists. He doesn't grab much rebounds. So until his price drops to like 6K or something, I'm probably gonna fade him. But he does have a good matchup today, and I kind of like him a little bit. Okay, we can see where Middleton ranks on defense. So as far as the guys in the starting lineup, the guy you definitely want to pick on is Chris Middleton. His defense has struggled this year, and even today, Bellinelli killed him. So let's go take a look at something. If I'm not mistaken, Bellinelli put up like 20 actual points. Let me find this. Okay, Bellinelli 18 points on 5 of 15 shooting, but I guess he probably got a few garbage time free throws at the end. I'm not quite sure, but still 18 points from a guy like Bellinelli, who all he does is catch and shoot. Think this. I mean, hey, I guess McCollum, man, you got McCollum basically doing the same thing, but with a higher usage rate, and definitely can attack off the dribble. So let's go take a look at McCollum's usage. McCollum 29.0 usage rate in the last three games. That's above Lillard's, but he's just not getting the assists and everything like that. So that's what I don't like. But pretty solid. Got Andrew Wiggins versus the Lakers. Let's see how they fare versus shooting guards. I'll click the wrong tab again. Lakers worst team against shooting guards. This might be the game for Andrew Wiggins. Let's go take a look at usage rate in there and whatnot. I mean, Lakers are just bad, like all around across the board. So, Minnesota, okay. Minnesota, so Wiggins 22.0 usage rate. So I mean, I get in a good matchup, I can't really knock it here. You might get some Lou Will. He'll probably get some Lou Will unless Lou Will goes to Ricky Rubio and Clarkson got Wiggins, which will probably happen. But let's go see Clarkson, man. Let's go see how these guys are defending on the Lakers. All right, so got Kobe Bryant struggling on defense. Clarkson. So Clarkson and Kobe are the guys in the starting lineup who are struggling, along with Lou Will, pretty much surrendering about the same thing. So definitely guys we can attack. And Wiggins has a pretty solid usage rate. So I mean at 6,300, his price has come down, man. I think he was at like 7K just a week or two ago. And now the price has come down as well as the production, and he's still getting 35 minutes. So I like him a little bit here. You might try to go off, man, just to show out in LA, but man, he's pretty solid here, man. I am scared of Karl-Anthony Towns possibly killing him because Karl-Anthony Towns has a great matchup and he's been balling lately. So definitely Wiggins worth a tournament look, no problem there. And that's part of being contrarian, man. To Courtney, man, when you was talking about being contrarian, a lot of these guys, I think these are the favorite players at shooting guard today: DeRozan, Wade, and Middleton. And I think, and maybe even Devin Booker pretty solid for cash. But as far as guys that have the highest ceiling, man, I think a lot of people are going to be on DeRozan, Wade, and maybe Middleton, even though he flopped a little bit. But it's hard to tell. But man, you can definitely get Andrew Wiggins in a tournament that will be probably the lowest owned of these four shooting guards. So let's kind of move on now. Avery Bradley, 5,800. Think he's worth a look, man. A lot of people think Aflalo is the greatest defender, but let's go take a look at something. He's actually the worst defender on the Knicks, man, surrounding about 112.2 points per 100 possessions. So definitely a guy I think we can attack. Let's go see how Bradley actually does offensively, though. Let's see his offensive rating. Okay, so Avery Bradley, I'm going to find him. Okay, so his offensive rating hasn't been the greatest, 103.2. I mean, I'm not quite sure, but Flalo's been struggling so bad defensively this year. I mean, maybe let's go take a look at his usage to make me kind of feel comfortable enough to even roster him. But he's already, man, he's worth a look in the tournament just because just because you're going against the Knicks in a fast-paced game, good matchup. So let's see his usage. 21.0. That's pretty solid. Let's see. Okay, he's 500 less than Andrew Wiggins, and they have similar usage. I think Wiggins was 22. Let me see what Bradley's again. 21. So he's only about a point off, and he's 500 cheaper than Wiggins. I guess it's a decent matchup as far as actual points go. But I don't think the Knicks give up much DVP points to shooting guards. So let's take a look. Okay, so the Knicks are about middle of the pack versus shooting guards as far as DVP goes. So, I mean, definitely worth a look in tournament, but no way I could roster him in cash. He's a guy that gets a bunch of steals too, and I've seen him hit his ceiling, man. We just seen Rodney Hood go off against Flalo. We just seen Curry Clay go off. I mean, that's regular to happen, but I've seen quite a few shooting guards kind of kill him. So, I'm not really scared of a Flalo there. Lou Wills, he's a fade for me with Kobe possibly playing. Okay, he's questionable. Kobe's been questionable like almost every game he just keeps playing, so probably fade him. Devin Booker, not much to say about him. Maybe he'll get some DeRozan defense. And we know DeRozan's actually the worst defender on the Raptors, I think, statistically. Let's go take a look. As far as points go, giving up points, so yeah, 106.8, not the worst defender in the world, but definitely not good by any stretch of the imagination. And we got Booker, man. I think his usage is pretty solid. Let's take a look. And they just fired the coach, so this might be up in a frenzy, man. That's why I wouldn't really want to trust him. I don't know what the minutes are going to be like. Man, Brendan might come back, so that might kind of take away a little bit from him. 22.6 usage rate. Now this is pretty solid for a guy at 5,200 in a decent matchup. And he's been hitting value consistently, man. You only need about 25, 26 from him at this price, so not a bad play at all, man. If you're trying to pay up for a certain stud, man, you can just lock Devin Booker, and you don't even have to sweat it because unless he gets in foul trouble, he's gonna eat. Flalo, a fade for me. Maybe Zach LaVine. He's been playing 20, 25 plus minutes in most games. This all depends for me if Kevin Martin's out or not. Let's see. Who to participate in Tuesday's tilt with the Lakers. So if he's doubtful, man, definitely Zach LaVine. He just flopped last game, so I know a lot of people will be low on him. And he's still 4,700, and he has a good matchup. So I like him a little bit here. Let's scroll on down. Langston Galloway, we know that Calderon might play, so he's kind of a fade for me if he does. Terrence Ross, man, he gets a bump with James Johnson now. He'll likely see 30 minutes. But let's go take a look at his usage. I've seen him score 50 actual points in a real game, but it's just not really him to do so all season. But 16.8 usage rate at 4,700. I might as well. I mean, I like Booker if you're gonna go around that same price, or I like LaVine with a higher usage. Let's go take a look at LaVine. But Terrence Ross possibly getting 30 minutes is pretty good. So, see LaVine's usage. LaVine 26.8. So I don't know how I can possibly play LaVine, even though he's gonna play a little bit less minutes. I still like LaVine at less minutes than I do Terrence Ross, just because I've seen Terrence Ross flop in 35 minutes. So I mean, if Zach LaVine gets 30 minutes here versus the Lakers, he's gonna eat. So I'll have no problem there. See if there's any other shooting guards. I guess Joe Green's always worth a tournament option. Fast-paced game, horrible efficiency by the Rockets defensively, so he's in play. And that's about it here for shooting guard. Let me take a look at McRae. The minutes dropped down to one game, so no way I take him. Let's go take a look at the chat. Hard not to feel. Okay, I saw that already. But against one of the better shooting guard defenses. Cool dude. Okay, you're talking about Booker. All right, true. I don't like Wiggins. He doesn't do much other than score. Yeah, that's why I only play him in tournaments. He's scoring dependent. Hard not to score on the Lakers, though. Yeah, I love Towns tomorrow. Yeah, I love Towns, too. His price is just I just hate it. I hate his price, man. He's that super. He's close to being that superstar price. Have him for sure in cash games. So DVP, cool. You already Raptors #1 versus shooting guards. Yes, all those versus Lakers. People might be on them. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess it's contrarian just because I don't think he'll be that high on with guys like Wade and DeRozan in great matchups. So tell you the truth, and then the Booker's always a guy that people roster just because he's pretty consistent. So I'm not quite sure. A lot of people probably be scared that his minutes dropped from 31 to 25 last game. So uh, I think Zach LaVine is definitely contrarian. So we kind of move on to small forward now. Carmelo Anthony versus Jay Crowder in the Boston Celtics. Man, we seen Melo was kind of matchup proof in the sense that he was pretty much lighting up Harrison Barnes. I don't know who's the better defender between Barnes and Crowder. Let's go take a look actually. And I want to say matchup proof. I didn't want to say matchup proof, but he's an elite scorer. So you definitely gotta take that with a grain of salt sometimes. So Crowder only giving up about 100.9 points per 100 possessions, but I could have sworn I've seen Melo light up the Celtics every single time they played. So let me take a look at something. Um, so in the 2 games he's averaging 23 and 7, but I could have sworn there's a game he went like off against Boston. He had 7. Okay, he only played 18 minutes. He had 17 points. So that's probably a game he got injured in. Yo, this guy he went 7 for 10 in 18 minutes. So he's like literally tearing apart the Celtics. And then in the loss, he had 29 and 10. So if you're believing in a narrative that he's just gonna keep killing them, man, definitely worth a look, man, in tournaments and cash. Actually, he just gave the Warriors 40, so I think he can kind of do the same thing against Boston in a faster paced game too, a home game as well, man. And I think the best matchup for the Knicks. Let's go take a look. If I had to look at it on paper, I go. Damn, I'll probably go Melo over Jay Crowder, man. Just because none of these matchups stand out to me. I like Galloway a little bit versus IT2 individually, but the Celtics are one of the best teams versus the point guards and shooting guards, actually. So let me see something real quick. They are #1 against point guards. Let's see how they fare versus shooting guards. Okay, so they kind of dropped out the top 5. They were like top 5 for most of the season, but I guess Jimmy Butler and somebody else had a good game against them, so I guess that kind of bumped them up. But I mean, 35 to 34 right there. So I mean, that's not too far of a drop off. But let's go see how what the small forwards are doing versus Boston. So they bottom 10 versus small forwards, and this could be a great matchup for Melo. So I like him a little. I like him a little in cash and in tournaments. Let's go take a look at his usage as well. Mm. 29.0 usage rate. That's elite usage. So at his price, that's what I'm liking to see, man. That's what I usually want from a guy at that price. About 20, 27 plus. At 9K, pretty good. So 9K for Melo. We'll have to see the other small forward plays, but I'm liking him a lot today. Giannis, the Greek Freak versus Aminu is an easy fade for me. I'm not even gonna look at it. And Jay Crowder is actually okay. Jay Crowder might actually miss this game, so freaking Melo might get some Evan Turner defense probably if he sits out. So and Crowder's one of those guys I told you I'm never playing over 6K. So I don't really have anything to say about him. Ariza and small ball might be a little bit too much for me, but since he's been playing the power forward, he's put up decent fantasy production against every team but the Spurs, one of the best defenses, and he got the Heat too. So at 6K, I mean, I'll probably fade him. Turner possibly if there is no Crowder, he's definitely in play for me. He'll probably see 32 plus minutes, which is what I like. Dominant ball handler. Let's go see his usage rate. I think it's pretty decent, like 18 or 19 or something like that. See, within the last week, it's been an 18.2. And I think maybe he gets a little bump if there's no Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's about 16.7. Well, they never on the court at the same time, so that doesn't really matter. But 18.2 is pretty solid for me. Even at 5,200, an okay matchup. Let's go see how the Knicks for DVP versus small forwards. Mm. So I guess they're one of the better top 10 teams. But 5,200 for a guy that might put up a lot of shots. Pretty decent usage rate, and he's actually the point. Every time I watch the game, he's the point guard when he's on the court and not smart. So I probably like him a little bit more if he's coming off the bench. But 5,200, it'll be hard to fade him in cash at that price. Um, Okay, we got Alfarico Minu, who's been playing pretty solid, and this might be another game where he sees 30 minutes going against the length of Giannis, Greek Freak, and guys like Chris Middleton and stuff like that. So I think this is another game we'll see 30 plus minutes, but not a high usage guy, just kind of a scrappy guy that plays defense and plays his role. Man, we see Lillard and McCollum have the super high usage, so there's not enough to go around anyway. Um, but definitely probably a tournament option for me. Tucker, the guy that just killed everybody's lineup last time, including mine's. Maybe versus Toronto against T Dot. Let's go see how T Dot ranks on defense. Uh, let's go see if he's a horrible defender. Okay, so he's right there. He's teetering on being average to bad, but he's right there. He's gonna see a lot of minutes in the starting lineup, and I think if anybody's putting up points from the Suns, it's gonna probably be because I don't really see the bigs killing Toronto bigs. It's gonna probably be Tucker and Booker. So I think Tucker can bounce back here. I know a lot of people like never again, never again, but I like. I'm the guy that I used to play Tucker all the time when he was like 4.2 while nobody would play him. And he just consistently hit 20 for me. And I kind of like him when he was low owned. And I think this might be the situation where he might go low owned just because he flopped so badly. So I like Tucker a little bit. Dang, pretty solid. Not a high usage guy, but I guess in a fast paced game, he might get a little bit more production like he did here. So he's been pretty solid, looking like a nice cash gameplay. Um, Winslow more for tournament, even though he's been pretty solid lately. Not a high usage guy. Got to kind of bank on these rebounds. He's a small forward, grabbing 9+ rebounds a game. Seems like so. I'm not gonna really bank on that, but he's been getting 30 plus minutes a lot, so I like that. Maybe Shabazz. You guys think Timberwolves will out the Lakers, which I don't see. This guy had -2. Sheesh. With no Kevin Martin playing, so I can't touch him. Um, Let me see if there's any other small forwards I like. Not really, man. James Johnson expected to be out, but okay. I'm gonna see what you guys are talking about for small forward. Okay. Levine is the must-play small forward this week. Yeah, I know, man. Small forward is looking pretty shaky today. Might go back to the well and get some PJ Tucker today. Uh, Probably just gonna have to find some way to fit Melo in, man. I'm actually kind of construct the lineup after this, see what I can get in there. So we're done with small forward today. Power forward Chris Bosh. I like him a little bit against Ariza. He's pretty safe for cash. Just seems to always hit 30. He didn't really have to do too much this game. Amari Stoudemire and Wade were like putting the team on their back, and Bosh kind of took the back seat, but Bosh still has a high usage rate, and Atlanta is one of the worst teams against center. So he's playing power forward, man. He might get some Ariza matched up, and that's an undersized guy who I probably want to attack. So I like him a little bit here. Let's go see if the Rockets are one of the worst rebounder teams as far as rebound rates go. Let's see where Houston ranks. Okay, so I mean they're not the worst in the world, but they are bottom 10, 48.9. So this might be a solid spot for Bosh to actually have a decent game rebounding. If he could put up the points, 20 actual points, and get you 7, maybe a few blocks and assists or whatever, he might get you 30, 35 in this kind of matchup. So this game should be up a little bit in pace, especially with the Heat being on the road and Rockets play fast. So Bosh pretty safe in cash. Kristaps Porzingis. Um, Really hard to trust his minutes. He did get in foul trouble versus Golden State, and it did turn out to be a blowout. I'm not quite sure what happened with Phoenix, but this guy's minutes just too inconsistent for me to trust him. And I think Amir Johnson's a pretty solid defender, not the worst in the world. Randall versus Minnesota. I'm not quite sure I'm feeling this, even with the 30 minutes. Just because I don't know if I can really trust him with Kobe out there, man. It all depends on Kobe, man. This guy Kobe's just jacking up so many shots. So let's go take a look at something. Let's see how many shots Randall even got to take. He did have a little bit of foul trouble, so he might have been able to pick it up a little bit more. But I think, let's go see. This guy took 18 shots. Let's see who's taking all the shots. Randall probably didn't even get half of these shots until Kobe came out at the end of the third, and he got some playing time. So I mean, Randall can't really trust him here. I know he took a garbage time shot at the end, where he made it. Yeah, man. Oh no, was that the game before? I'm not quite sure. I'm losing track of it. But Randall, just 6K just seems a little bit too much for me in the game where they probably won't even be that many rebounds to go around because I think Timberwolves gonna score at will pretty much. Sellinger, point per minute guy, but doesn't play consistent minutes. Jabari Park, I don't know if I really like him. Mayor Johnson's in the same boat with Sellinger. I can't really trust these bigs. I don't really want to play any Phoenix guys like that today just because they have a new head coach. I don't know what the minute situation gonna be. Brandon Knight coming back, so it's hard for me to trust any guys until I see what Earl Watson does. So I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. Earl Watson. So man, he was definitely just named the coach, man, assistant. So I don't have any idea how he's gonna play, man. I don't think there's any news on what he wants to do. So maybe we'll see tomorrow. See who's in the starting lineup. I kind of feel like he's gonna put Markieff Morris back in the starting lineup, just because it just seems like every time there's a new coach, they just change something around to see if that gives like the team a spark or something. Capella fade Amari 4200. Against the Rockets, that might just be a little bit too much. I don't see him putting up these kind of numbers again, but it's possible, man. It's possible he can even get 20 in this game, but not gonna bank on it. So no way I can roster him in cash. Well, so let's go take a look at his usage rate actually, just see what he's doing within his spare time. Stoudemire, 18.8 usage rate. That's pretty decent, but he's not playing that many minutes, so I'm not a big fan of that. And then the other power forwards are just looking like a bunch of tournament players. I wouldn't really trust any of these guys here today. So small forward and power forward aren't looking too good, man. It's looking like point guard and shooting guard are the best way to attack. So Karl Anthony Towns, 8,600, great matchup. Pretty solid usage, playing close to 40 minutes. Okay. Let's go take a look at his usage rate real quick. Last week. I'm actually go back to the chat and see what you guys are talking about for small forward. Tucker and Melo. I'm liking Amari, if no Whiteside. Amari, good point, Gus. I don't know, man. I mean, Amari's not horrible. I don't think he'll kill your lineup, but I'm not quite sure he hits 5 times value tomorrow in limited minutes. So let's see something real quick. Good point, Gus. Okay, so I'm going to go back to center man, Karl Anthony Towns. Let's go see. 26.1 usage rate at 8,600. Decent play versus one of the worst teams against centers. Let's go take a look. DVP. Third worst team. Let's go take a look at this over under as well. 202.5 over under 4-point spread in favor of Minnesota. I mean, so this game is probably expected to stay close, and Karl Anthony Towns should be able to feast down there against guys. Roy Hibbert doesn't play a lot of minutes. He's probably the only guy that can contend with him. Then you got undersized guys like Randall and Bass. So Karl Anthony Towns might be on his way to another 50 burger. This guy's been consistently putting up 40 burgers in the last week and what 2 weeks actually. So he's been pretty consistent lately. So I like that. He's looking like a perfect cash game play. Whiteside news. Let's see. Okay, he's not expected to play. Monroe, pretty solid, decent matchup, but just too pricey for me. Dwight, 7,800. Let's see. 29 minutes is not cutting it at 7,800 for me. I need about 35 from him. Jonas Valanciunas is dealing with a sprained thumb. He started today. Let's see. He only played 19 minutes, so can't trust him. That was a blow up, but still. Mason Plumlee, 5,700 for inconsistent minutes, kind of hard. So, like, this is crazy because he's not even a big point per minute guy. So, I mean, I can't really trust him here. Center's looking pretty bad today. Gorgie Jang, now this is a guy I like, especially if KG's out. Man, this guy's gonna probably play 35 minutes versus the Lakers. Definitely love this matchup. Had him in my cash games last time, but PJ Tucker, Chandler Parsons, guys that kind of kill me, so it didn't really matter. So I like him. Really don't trust Boston Bigs. Robin Lopez, maybe he might see quite a few minutes here. Let's see how much he played last time. 18 minutes. Uh, I don't know what's going on with Derek Fisher, man. 1 week he'll give Robin Lopez 30, 33 minutes, 34 minutes, 35 minutes, and like he does the same thing with Porzingis, and then he'll drop down like way below to like 24, 25. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Tyson Chandler, let's see. I guess he's like a back and forth. One day he gets 44, next he gets 25, 34, 22, 33. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. Probably fade him there. And then the rest of the centers are just looking pretty shaky. So I'm not sure if I'm liking any of these low price guys except for Gorgie Jang. So he's down for the play against Tuesday. So that means it's looking like we're gonna get a lot of Gorgie Jang minutes as well. Let's go see Kevin Garnett. If KG's out, Gorgie Jang's gonna see 35 plus minutes again. Okay. He's doubtful, so damn man, I wish you could get Gorgie Jang at power forward. That would be so perfect to have Towns and Gorgie at in my lineup. But let's see what you guys are talking about. Hello Turner. So I'm actually gonna build my lineup right now. And I'm actually gonna build my lineup right now and see what's going on there. So point guard, I like Lowry, IT2. I'm gonna kind of make this like a tournament lineup just so I can fit some of those high price guys in there. That I like today. Who I want to start out with? Okay, look at This might be a game where Rubio takes the back seat just because Karl-Anthony Towns have a good matchup. So I'm gonna go IT2. Corey Joseph, man. I'm that bold. The next I probably want to have some DeRozan exposure, maybe. This is tournament, so I'm probably but I don't want to have DeRozan and Corey Joe, but that can still make for a good place. I'll probably just let me see. I'll probably go Wade and Middleton. That's probably leave me enough money so I could get guys like Melo. Who will probably be low on today? That's small forward. Let me see what Belisa put up. Okay, he's 10 minutes, not good. Small forward, man. Sheesh. Luol Deng is probably coming down between Luol Deng and PJ Tucker for me for the second small forward. So I'll probably go Luol Deng for the block and cash, but maybe PJ Tucker in tournaments here. Then we got power forward next. I guess we're probably gonna have to go Amari just because there's not too many good small power forwards here. Let's see. I don't like Randall. Damn, power forwards suck today. So I'm gonna just put up Karl-Anthony Towns in my lineup, see how much I got to spend. 65. Maybe for the sake of the block, but probably can upgrade. Who do I want to upgrade? Middleton or Wade? I like Wade too much, so I'll just probably upgrade to DeRozan. Guess it's gonna be chalky, and then I got Gorgie Jank here, so I already put Towns. Pause. Damn, this is tough right here. Might want to have to work around and try to get Chris Bosh for the safe floor. Let's see how much we have if we downgrade. 66. I don't want to leave that much salary on the table, so let's see. I'll go Gorgie Jang. 8,900. How much we have? I'd be able to play Lillard. I think Lillard's a nice tournament option as well. Um, yeah, so we'll run with that, man. It's just looking like a nice little rough draft, man. If anybody want to be crazy enough to play it, I got 3 Heat players in my lineup. I don't like that at all. No way 3 of these guys hit value. So uh, let me see who I can take out actually. Um, I can downgrade Wade to Middleton because I know Wade will be super high on. Wade is going to be super high on. And then maybe, uh, damn, I want to kind of pay up to get. Or I could keep Wade, keep Karl Anthony Towns because he'll probably hit 50 today. So I'll probably want some exposure to that. See how much 5,200 left. You might be able to get cute. Let's see what Jabari Parker's been doing. Played 37 minutes tonight, so you might get something similar today. So I guess you can kind of take him for pretty much his consistency again, 20 plus. So I like that a little bit. So I guess you can kind of run this, but I probably wouldn't run it, but yeah, man. So with that being said, I think we're about to head up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys enjoying the stream, staying here the whole time. So uh, I appreciate all the feedback, all the comments, man. Continue to do so, man. I definitely try to respond to everything, even on Twitter, man. Guys, make sure if you're not following me, man, follow me on Twitter. I post my final lineups there, so you guys can see a daily FD lineup. So I pretty much been posting my lineups every day. You guys can see it. I scroll through and I post my results. So you'll see that, man. I post a few stats and everything. So and I like to just chat DFS time to time, and you'll see when I go live or I'll do a pre-live stream or something like that. With that being said, though, I'm about to head up out of here, man. Appreciate you guys once again, and that's about it, man. Peace.